Hello, everyone. Welcome to the first session of the Synergos Global Gathering. Our Cultivate the Soul session will examine the theme, Imagination, Voice of Your Spirit. The Cultivate the Soul series at Synergos explores the intersection of philanthropy, contemplative practices, and self-reflection. As our speaker and guide today, Semih Yalman has written, imagination is a divine link that unites the human with the vast unity we call creation. Semih is the founder of Dreams Talk, an initiative that encourages students to dream and allow young people to express themselves in their own unique way and make sure they are listened to. He is a poet, writer, social entrepreneur, composer, artist, university professor, yoga teacher, horseman, advisor, and Imagineer. Semih is the author of 15 books covering topics such as imagination, perception, prejudice, love, and meditative journeying. Semih is also a composer and a performing artist of 9 music albums, one of which you will hear today. So for Semih's full bio, please visit the Synergos website. And Semih, I'm so pleased to have you here with us today, and we'll hand it over to you.
Hi, Melissa, and hi, everyone. I'm so humbled and honored to be here with you, addressing you. And I will try to channel and facilitate and awaken actually what you already know. But I want to start with the name of the most merciful and compassionate, which gives a lot of in tuning to my rhythm as I address you. So I would like to say Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Today, I will be guiding you and facilitating a session to tap into your imaginative ability. So I will cover what I'm trying to sort of narrate in a formula within the concept of imagination. I will introduce you to some topics, and then we'll do a small meditation, a small Kundalini meditation, focusing on our third eye, leveling our chakras. And then I will be asking you 3 questions. As you reflect upon these 3 questions, you will be broken into sessions. Depending on the number we have, if we are 15, maybe we can have 3 breakout rooms. And then once we are in those breakout rooms, you will have a huge opportunity to meet each other through your self-analysis of your imagination and dreams. And then when we come back from the breakout rooms, if we want to share further, we will have an open sharing session. I will sum up, and then we'll do a final meditation, and we will conclude. So imagination is a very interesting term, which is being used a lot in line with dreaming, and sometimes we mix it up with our dreams that we have while we're sleeping. But imagination is something which is actually, you need to be very conscious and awake. One day, my 9-year-old son, at that time, he's now 21, said to me, of course I have dreams, but to be able to dream, you need to be awake, which sort of triggered a very interesting point in me. So being awake, not just, sleeping, but being awake, while we're not sleeping, sometimes we're not awake. So we have to be awake in our senses. But there's 2 perspectives to imagination. There's the perspective of the mind, and there's the perspective of the heart. And when I talk about the perspective of the mind, I would like to start by indicating something called the common mass trauma that we all have lived this way or another way throughout our life. Because this mass trauma is actually our dreams, our imagination skills, ability being stolen, being butchered from us. To to much worse situations like our essence and truth being locked. There's a phrase in Turkish which says, "You should bend the tree while it's young." Why bend? Why bend the young people? Why make them forget what they come with to Earth to teach further? Actually, but we are imposed what to think through knowledge, and there's this mind game going on with, when we are in the future, in the positive future, we call that dreaming. When we are in the negative future, we call that anxiety. When we are in the positive past, we call that learning. When we are in the negative past, we call that trauma. And when we are at our present state, we're left with only 20% of time allocation of our conscious state of being. So furthermore, imagine the puberty that we go through. We are introduced to our molds first through family and through a family moral guilt trap. Like, if you do this, your father will be very sad. If you do this, your mom won't sort of be very pleased. All these guilt trips, and this trap is placed at your heart, and your mind is being indicated and it's being molded just without going to school at the family base. And then this fear-based, I call it egonomy, not economy, but egonomy, is further on pre-imposed on you. Like, you have to get a degree, you have to have this way of life, you have to start school, and in school you're like in a disassembly line, and you've been introduced to patterns like Maslow, the pyramid, and the Jungian archetypes, and then the feeding of the ecosystem rather as a pyramid, rather than trying to become part of the ecosystem, which is a spiral movement. And the spiral movement we see throughout the entire universe, but the pyramids and rectangles we don't. And then you're introduced furthermore as you grow up. You're introduced to things like horoscopes, human design, numerology. So you're always made dependent to X, Y, and Z system. So theories are introduced to you, different readings are introduced to you, and all of a sudden you find yourself that dreams are sold to you as a lifestyle through either state or government state, like the American dream, pursuit of happiness, or through brands like Joy of Life, Just Do It. You're pre-imposed things. Maybe you don't have it in you. You have something else, but no, it's being pre-imposed. It's been sold to you. The lifestyle is being sold to you, and all of a sudden you stop dreaming and you sort of embrace those dreams as your own imaginative agenda. And dreams all of a sudden remain as wishes, as hopes, and much worse, as expectations. And when they don't happen, because they're not your dreams in reality, the heartbreak happens. Actually, you're bombarded to your mind with games, but your heartbreak happens. Now, normal life is being led from your inner, away from your inner, and your superego is being built so you can control yourself. Control yourself according to what? According to who? And then all of a sudden, you have the definition of reality. Reality, you would have heard this from a lot of people actually. Hey, numbers, the living standard, taxes, insurance, mortgage, money, power, your vacation capacity. And what you're worth is being defined by all this. What you're worthy is being defined by all this. So you sleep further, and more implants are done to your system through what you watch, what you hear, and all of a sudden you see these heroes, these idols, and these platforms are flourished more and more to make you sort of watch and see these things more, and go the path of those heroes. But you forget that you are a hero yourself. But you forget. And all of a sudden, in the past, the shock was coming to us in our midlife. But nowadays, through Dreamstalk studies that we have done, we see that the crisis, the shock, is no more midlife. It's the young life crisis. So once you're at the university, freshman stage, you're facing these young life crises. Let me give you a number. Your imagination capacity skills you can utilize and use for your own advantage and purpose when you're like around 4 to 6 years old. You can utilize this capacity by 98%. So almost to the fullest extent. But when you're in college, year one, freshman, this goes down to 2%. Can you imagine how away you are? And when somebody comes to you and says, here's the platform, why don't you voice your dream, your inner dream? We see people, they tremble, they mumble, but something awakens in them and say, mostly, I never had a dream. Or, oh my God, what I just voiced is not a dream, it's someone else's dream. As these things go on in our life, all of a sudden we are told to find ourselves. Actually, we're here. But no, a new economy has emerged, which is again playing to your mind, telling you what to believe, how to move, how to eat, the aesthetics, the other idols. I have never seen a yoga advertisement with somebody with a normal body. So all of a sudden, truth, the reality, becomes a definition of how many likes you got in Instagram or Facebook. So if we are constantly living someone else's dream as our present and our future design. So our subconscious mind implant of perception nowadays is called utilizing of the soft power. So whose dream are you living? Whose future design are you part of? We do a test when we teach the imagination capacity maximization class in universities here. The test is this. I asked them, please imagine 100 years ago, today, at this location. How would you live your life? Who would you be? 100 years ago, today, how would be life? So that's easy. They go back to the data that they have read or they came across to, and they more or less give me the same answer. But when I ask the same question, saying, in 100 years, tell me, if you're in the same location today, what sort of a life would you lead? You know, to my surprise, they give me the same answer again. Everybody's plus 100 years is defined and imagined the same way. This can't be happening. This is how imagination actually is mind-based or became mind-based. So even Robert Frost's The Road Less Traveled is being marketed to you as actually part of your mind game. So what happened to these questions like, who am I? Why am I here? What is my dream? What is the difference between me and the people who are sort of presented to me as idols and heroes? Is imagination all of a sudden buying, being, wishing, manifesting, being mindful? Or is it something beyond? Can I utilize this great gift that everybody has, every child has, and can utilize it 98%, and I forget to utilize it throughout my life? Can I use it to identify divinity, God, the inner substance of believing? Actually is the act of missing some greater source since I am born. So can I use imagination to go to God? Here, actually, my mind shows that it's limiting me. So all of a sudden my mindful perceptive stories are, through perceptive teachings, are limiting me of understanding what God is. So what about your feelings? When you ask someone, what did you feel? You these days get an answer in the format of a perceptive story. They don't talk about the real feelings like fear, excitement, anger. They're giving you stories. And when you dig in, you can only identify there's fear in it, or excitement in it, or anger in it, or joy in it. So we forgot the real feelings. So what about the instincts and the frequency and the intuition and the balance? You know, Goethe, the writer, says, imagination is your birthright and your birth gift. And Steven Spielberg says, it's your soul's voice. I have experienced this thoroughly through my daughter. She was fishing when she was 5, and she was like leaning into the water and saying something to the water, and she was catching so many fish, and then she was letting them go. I said to her, what are you doing? She said, shh, silent. I am talking to the fish. I am imagining that the fish are answering back to me. And I'm believing in this so much, and we're interacting. I said, what are you telling them? She said, I'm telling them to come to me, because if they go to my brother will eat them. I say to them, come to me, I will let you go. So I've seen this act happening. It is your soul's voice. It is a huge power. In Dreamstalk, we see that a heart vibration, when you start trying to connect to your truth, the true imaginative self, the true creativity changes. In Islam, the road to greater unity can only be achieved through wisdom placed to your heart, which is called intellect, and imagination, which will make that intellect work, says Ibn Arabi, the Andalusian teacher. And also Farabi and Rumi. They're always talking about the heart. Can you imagine? The Quran talks about the heart in 114 different passages, 132 times. There's no mention almost about the mind. So you will unlock your heart to diminish those guilt traps which are controlling you, to make imagination happen so it can tap into that intellect, the wisdom that you have. Your heart, I, is your own essence and discovery. It's there for that, which will lead you actually to the compassion and unity, which will take you from your lower chakras up and lift you to your reality. So it's your birth gift. It's an active design of soul through intellect and your heart and consciousness. So you can utilize that imagination capacity as an aware state if you connect to your heart. It's a spiritual act of finding unity, as in greater empathy, which leads you to giving and caring and listening. And it's a powerful tool if you use imagination through the heart for future reality design of your goals into reality, vision, feelings, sensation, and in the format of music. So you, all of a sudden, if you use the heart way of imagination, you will become your own artist. So your soul will become the designer of your own self. So you don't need any more heroes. You don't need any more systems. You don't need any more of those molds or traps. You will be in the spiritual act of liberated reality. So you will be a decoder, the decoder of the voice, the vibration, the frequency, rhythm. So your self-redesign will start. It will be no more a projection, but an enchantment of inner will. Like the rising hot air balloons, they rise from the fire within. So there will be no more the perception of love, but love. Therefore, heartfulness is imagination. One day, you will say, whilst you're dying, when we are dying, it was all a dream. But the tricky question is, whose dream was it that we lived? That is the real test. That is the real accomplishment of the soul's embetterment, which we call tekamul, with the unification of the thee. So, whose dream I lived? Mine? My accomplished dream? My soul's embetterment? Or did I serve someone else's system? Now, I would like to continue to the meditation part. This meditation will last only 6 minutes, 6 to 7 minutes. What I would like you to do is, I would like you to sit up straight. I will be playing a music, so it will sort of orient you. You can close your eyes and just follow the indicatives I give you. And in terms of breathing, please breathe through your nose. So inhale and exhale through your nose, and breathe into your tummy, to your core. But as we go along, I will be redirecting your breath to other chakras. So you have more fluidity and connection between them. Now close your eyes, follow your breath, breathe into your root chakra, which is at the very bottom of your entire body, between your sitting bones. Feel how the breath is pushing its way down to your root chakra, and then going up again through your nose. Now, breathe into your second chakra, which is higher than your root chakra, where your feel how the second chakra, the fertility chakra, the creativity chakra is interacting with you. Now concentrate on your breath again. This time, breathe to your solar plexus, your third chakra. Feel the breath into your solar plexus, your third chakra. Now go higher, breathe into your heart chakra. Now breathe into your throat chakra. Now concentrate on your third eye. Your third eye is right in between your eyebrows actually, but it connects to the pineal gland behind your head. Now all that energy you accumulated is now at the third chakra. Envision a dark space or whatever color space that you see there right now. That's your space. Now, into that space, which is your space, put colors. As you're doing this, connect to your other chakras to ask what colors you would like to sort of put in there. Utilize the power of your chakras. Now put objects. Things that you like. Things that you wish for yourself. Put places. Cities on earth. Your favorite locations. It's your space. You can design it the way you want to. Put a boat, put a car, put food, put health. Now start putting people in there. Communities. If you wish, put Synergos in there. It's your space. Nobody has access to that space unless you want it. Unless you allow them to. Put animals in there. Put planets in there if you like. Put Mars. Put angels. And now put yourself in there. See yourself in there. What dress are you wearing? What scent are you wearing? How old are you? Are you jumping? Are you sitting? Are you singing? Hold hands with people. Go to concerts. Have dinners, food. Now hug everything in there. Become one. Become one. Can you make that space of yours just one big unity? Use your godly power. Now, inhale, exhale. Inhale once more, deep. Exhale. And inhale one more time. And exhale. Now you can open your eyes when you're ready. Now, I will ask 3 questions, and I want you to think about these 3 questions after this meditation. And I will give you some minutes to sort of reflect on them, and then we will have a sharing. So we will get to know each other through these questions and through the analysis of these questions. Now, when you are thinking about these questions, a couple of minutes by yourself, think about also your childhood dreams. Think about the games you used to play when you were a little child, the things you used to say constantly when you were a little child, and include that into the analysis. Now, question number 1 is very easy. What is your dream? See, Gabriel Garcia Marquez says, do people get old and they cannot dream anymore? Or they cannot dream anymore, and that's why they get old? So what is your dream? What is your dream? The second question is, what is your dream for the world? So the first question is, what is your dream for yourself? What is the dream that you have for the world? And the third question is, since we're on the Synergos platform, what is your dream for Synergos? So what is your dream? Your dream. What is your dream for the world? And what is your dream for Synergos? Now, I will give you 2-3 minutes or like 5 minutes to think about this. Close your eyes, play around with your feelings. What does it sort of bring out in you? Go to your childhood, think about the games you used to play, your dreams, the dreams you had, and look at the dreams now. And the best way to do this is, if you have a pen and pencil, a pen and pad or something like that, write them down so you can sort of mirror them. Looking at them will be much more efficient, actually. So here you go. Your couple of minutes. Start with the questions. We can conclude with our final meditation. Before we go into the meditation, I would like you during the meditation, just place your hands. The left hand should be on the bottom, the right should be on top, right at your heart center. Right? That's the only thing you should do. And throughout the entire meditation, it doesn't matter from your mouth or from your nose. It doesn't matter how you inhale and exhale. Just breathe into your heart. Okay? That's so simple. Listen to the music. And at one point, I will ask you a question. And that question, you will take it directly to you. And just answer it and then let it be. Okay? Close your eyes and concentrate on your heart. Aşkım, eski aşkım, biz buluştuk yine. Aşkım, ebedi aşkım, biz buluştuk yine. Hatırlayacaksın o günleri yine. Anımsayacaksın
O gülleri yine güzelim, dünya güzelim, ben buldum seni yine. Güzelim, içi güzelim, ben vardım sana yine. Uçsuz, bucaksız, demeden, durmadan. Uçsuz, bucaksız, aradım, durdum. Aşkım, eski aşkım,
Now,
buldum seni.
go back to an age that you choose. Any age.
Ebedi aşk,
6, 18, 20, 30, 15, it doesn't matter. And project that person, that you at that age, right in front of you. Rather than looking to your eyes, to each other's eyes, just look at your hearts. Let your hearts see each other. And from your heart to that self of yours, of that chosen age, I want you to whisper 3 words. What would those 3 words be? Whisper from that heart of yours to that heart of that chosen age of yours. 3 words. Now, project a loved one or loved ones in front of you and place 3 words to their hearts. What would those 3 hearts would be from your heart to theirs? Now, place in front of you the entire world and whisper to the world's heart 3 words from your heart. And finally, project the entire group here now today
bazen hissediyorum. İşte
and whisper to each other's hearts 3 words, what those words would be. Don't forget, your soul actually is the wrong phrase. You are soul. If you want to hear why you're here, imagine and listen, awake and aware to your dream. The voice of your soul is the reason of your being. You are soul. Inhale and exhale. And again, inhale and exhale. And again, inhale and exhale. Now you can open your eyes to your convenience. My final words would be to you. Your mind is a processor very much needed for this world. You need to feed it, you need to conquer it. But your spirit resides and talks to you through your heart, and it's sitting and residing at your heart. Imagination is not and never was a mind-based activity or ability. It's a heart-centered ability. So it requires heartfulness. You're more than what you think, you're told, you're taught, and you know you are. So choose to listen, embrace, let go, trust, accept, surrender. Let your heartfulness take charge and be aware and conscious. And don't forget, you are what you dream of.